been asking me to be the best in the world. Why, Eddie, why? I'm better than you.
My eyes are red. I was in the back smoking a joint with their dad.
You know it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your boy Dangerous Duke.
And it's your boy Stevie Jobber.
Welcome back to the Dangerous Jobbers podcast, putting wrestling over one podcast at a time. And ladies and gentlemen, boy, do we have a treat for you. The guest so nice, we had to bring him on twice. Ahead of his major world heavyweight title clash with Jacob Fatu at MLW's Fightland, we have the one, the only leader of the Bomaye Fight Club, Mr. Alex Kane.
But after that, the assumed the winner of Fightland goes on to face Matt Cardona, taking it to Long Island. Are you worried about the guy that's impatiently waiting in the background?
Am I worried about Matt Cardona?
Are you worried that he would step outside of himself?
What do you mean step outside of himself? Like try to interfere in
business? I mean, possibly, man.
He ain't stupid.
He's right on the horizon.
Nah, he ain't dumb. He ain't dumb. He ain't dumb. I mean, if Fatu manages to beat me, if he manages, but I'm old fast. But it's a big if he manages to beat me or whatever. Cardona ain't coming out of one shot with the belt. When I beat Fatu, Cardona ain't coming out of one shot with the belt. He gonna have his chance. He gonna have his day in the sun. He gonna be able to bask in it. He's gonna try to get the darkest tan he possibly can. Because I swear that man's trying to impersonate a man of color. It's crazy how dark he tans is crazy. But yeah, like this will not be like any of his other matches that he's ever had. This is it's gonna get crazy for old Matt Cardona. We're really gonna test Matt Cardona and see how good Matt Cardona really is.
Do you think it's crazy that people can put you there as one of those benchmark guys now, or do you feel like it should have happened already? Because I feel like now you are one of those guys that you can bring to other promotions, and we talked about this earlier, but
elevate people.
Yeah,
it's
and kind of a service way to see where everyone else is across the map, because you're a certified world champion. You're carrying Bomaye on your back, MLW on your back. You're going overseas.
So like it's a weird spot to be in. Like normally people who are in this spot have been wrestling for like 10 years or whatever or so. Like they have all of that experience. I've only been wrestling for 5 years. Are about to be 6 next year. So it's definitely a weird spot to be in, no doubt. But it's also a cool spot to be in. But like the thing that I have to remind myself is I'm also still learning. Like my presence and what I'm bringing with me is definitely going to help elevate any locker room that I'm in. The knowledge that I have inside these 2 years of mine is going to help elevate talent no matter where I go. But like I try not to put that pressure on myself, because I always have to remember that I am still learning.
I mean, it's also
never stop learning, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it's also got to be quite an experience too. That, like you said, you've only been wrestling for 5 years. You've been with MLW for about 2, and that they have so much trust and faith in you already that they gave you the world title opportunity, and you delivered on it, and you've been running with it ever since.
And I think the reason why they trust me so much is because I trusted them. When they initially signed me, when they initially signed me to MLW, it wasn't like I was having this like crazy indie run where I was just everywhere going nuts, crazy, anything like that. Like I was still like relatively kind of like building my name up, but they saw me and they saw something special in me and they brought me in. And then like at first it was a little weird, like putting my full trust into somebody that I didn't know yet. As I've gotten to know like the office and Court Bauer and stuff like that, like I'm more and more trusting. But at first it was a little rocky. But like once I was like, you know what, I'm just going. I'm just gonna dive in head first, and whatever happens, happens. And what has happened is becoming world champion.
It's been
Trust the
very
process,
yeah.
even
There you go.
if sometimes it's gonna feel weird. Like, and not this is not just wrestling. Like, if you want to achieve something or whatever, it's not going to be smooth the entire time. There's gonna be bumps. There's gonna be times where you question yourself, but you just got to keep going forward. Um, And like if it's not gonna work out, it's not gonna work out, and you're gonna find that out. But like if you begin to start cooking and things start to really, really turn or whatever, you just gotta give it time. Just like keep on going.
I respect that.
I wanna talk to you about what moment you thought really turned Bomaye into being for the people. Because there was
Uh
a moment where I feel like you had so much momentum that in a way it didn't matter how bad you were, they just started to love you. And why do you think that moment was when you decked that guy with a cheesesteak?
because that was I'm mad you just inserted that in the like this is definitely the moment. And you're probably right, that probably is the moment. Uh I mean also I think what kind of planted. Let me go back. I think what kind of planted that seed was starting to say that Bomaye is for the people. Because like when I first said it, we were still heels. Like we were still like
Mm.
they weren't behind us yet. They weren't even fucking with us yet or whatever. It was just like this guy sucks. But like when I
Mhm.
started to say that, and I believed it. Like yeah, we're bad guys or whatever. But like we're your bad guys. And they were like,
Mhm.
no, 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 no. You guys suck. So I guess it's one of those things that kept throwing it at the wall, throwing it at the wall. People finally caught on. The cheesesteak moment, I think really latched people on because it was like, it felt real. It
Mhm.
felt real. It felt real and it felt authentic. And it was fucking
Mhm.
hilarious. Called the
It was
man a
hilarious.
hoe on TV. Like, that's crazy. So like I think yeah, that was definitely I think that was definitely one of the moments that kind of like really like flipped everybody and was like, okay, yeah, we're fucking with this guy. Let's go.
You know what's funny too? I think you're probably the first person, at least that I've ever seen in history, that smacked another man with a cheesesteak. I don't think even people from Philly have thought of smacking somebody with a
Nope, they
cheesesteak.
probably haven't. I'm the first. I'm a trendsetter, baby. Trendsetter. Now, hopefully, it becomes a trend.
I know
Um,
that we
I
gotta
mean,
start.
I honestly, I wanted to make it a thing. Maybe not slap everybody with cheesesteaks or whatever, because you're not always going to be in Philly. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been in Philly a lot. But that's beside the point. Um, uh just like slap people with like different famous foods from
Yeah,
different
like
cities.
if you go to New York, you slap somebody with a slice of pizza or something.
Yeah, like
You go to
that, like but
Chicago, hit somebody with a hot dog. Yeah.
certain people thinks that that's overdoing it. Like when I was in Atlanta, I beat a guy named D3, and after the match I shoved the peach in his mouth. Made him eat the peach. He went ham on that damn peach. He went ham on that peach.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, just stuff like that I think is funny.
Yeah, no, that actually does sound pretty. You might actually have to make that a thing going forward at some
What's
point.
great is that could actually be a great gag. Just every
Yeah.
match, like find a
Uh-huh.
way to hit a guy with some sort of food. Just whatever food is like of that place that night, you're getting hit
Exactly.
with that food. That could
Have
be
somebody
great.
from Bomaye just sitting in the crowd with the food waiting for you, and then as soon as you're ready, just hit somebody.
Or maybe they hit them with it.
Yeah, see, it
They
could be.
they're all incognito. They pop up, pow, right there.
Uh-huh. Save you from doing the dirty work.
Exactly, exactly. You got to delegate. If you got shooters, you got to
Hmm.
delegate.
Man. So would you say Fightland is probably your biggest title fight?
Definitely, definitely. It's against the former MLW world. Like no, it's against a former MLW world heavyweight champion and also the longest reigning MLW world champion in Jacob
Mhm.
Fatu. It's definitely the biggest title defense that I have, and it's gonna be fucking nuts. But
Oh,
like,
well, hold on. So before I let you dive into it, because I don't wanna run past the moment where you became champion
Hmm.
because I got to be there live to see it and feel that crowd. I We shot a pod about it probably the day after
Yeah, we
where
did.
I Duke wasn't able to be there, but I was just describing how behind you the fans were. What was that moment like for you? Just winning the title
Winning the
before we get to
title,
the title fight.
oh man, it was the whole day was very emotional. It was very emotional day for me, and I don't really tap into my emotions like as much as I should.
Hmm.
So I definitely like I called my dad. I had a good cry. There were some other things going on. Didn't not get into that, but there were some other things going on that was also souring my mood a little bit.
Mm.
Um, but like when I heard when I heard the crowd um like coming out, I'm just like, yo, this is really fucking it. Like, this is really fucking it. We're really about to do this shit. Um, I can't be like, oh, it was a boyhood dream because like when I was growing up, I didn't dream of being a world champion or like any kind of champion. I just wanted to be a professional wrestler. But like,
Mm.
um, this was a goal that I set for myself when I started wrestling. Like, I want to be a world champion somewhere. So to do it and to do it in such short fashion is insane to me. So it was definitely a beautiful moment. And then everybody getting in the ring, being like saying those words that I had after the match, um, and then yeah, it was just a powerful moment, man. It was just a really powerful moment. The response that I got on Twitter and everything was crazy. Like I really do feel like I do have the culture on my back. I mean, a lot of us do. A lot of us have the culture on our back. Uh,
Mm.
but I'm just trying to carry it well. Make the people that look make especially make the people that look like me proud. But just trying to make everybody proud and have a good
Okay,
time doing it.
so allow me to hype this up before we finish on this because that was I needed that moment before we get to this moment. So when I first saw you live, was it Fightland 2021 2 years ago? That was the first time I saw you live. That was the first time I saw Fatu live, and you were the surprise that I didn't think I was going to see. And Fatu was originally who I came there to see. Didn't know he was going to lose that night,
Hmm.
but you could even tell from the energy in the room that night how they were behind Fatu. And he was coming in with Contra. He was, like you said, the longest reigning MLW champion. Um, and it just felt like he shouldn't have lost that night. But anyway, you could see how behind Fatu everybody was. Fast forward to you winning the MLW championship, you starting Bomaye, you building Bomaye into what it is and the massive following, and now Fatu coming in as sort of the underdog, but him making like a full circle back to the championship,
Hmm.
and now you're the guy on top with the belt, with the large following, with the people behind you. What does this moment mean for you um, going into it, and what do you think is going to be like once the bell rings?
Man, fought. I mean, outside of kayfabe, um, Fatu has definitely been one of the most supportive guys in the locker room that outside of Boumaier, like I mean, just like as a locker room like leader, he's
Hmm.
always been very supportive, um, very caring, and just an all around just like good dude. Um, and like, I mean, like even before I met him, like I knew like this is a match that I wanted to have. Um, Initially, I guess I'm always going to end up going back to something. So we're going to go back to the Hammerstone match. The Office and everybody thought that match was gonna be like some Hogan Rock shit, where like the crowd was gonna be split, and that was not the case at all. Even I thought the crowd might be split. Not at all. They was tired of his shit. He even got a same old shit chant, which is hilarious. My wife felt bad for him because she was also there.
Yeah, some of those chants got
She felt
yeah.
really bad for him. But I did not. I was like, this is hilarious. Um,
I
but
mean, it's kind
so
of
It
like,
makes
like,
for a good life.
hey, he a hoe. Um, so like going into this Fatu match, and Fatu's always the dude's just over. Like you're not booing Fatu. You're not booing
Mhm.
Fatu. He's always going to be over. Um, so like going into this match, I'm most interested in how the crowd is going to react to it. Because like
Mhm.
Fatu is Fatu, Alex Kane, Bomaye Fight Club. Like I've had the people in my in my grasp this entire time since even before I won the world title, and like Willie Mack and Tom Lawler. And even the crowd was a little split with me and Tom Lawler. But I know the crowd's definitely gonna be split down the middle for me and Fatu. Or they might just turn on me for that night or whatever. Who knows? That's what
yeah.
I'm excited to see. I know the match is gonna be fire. Two Titans going head to head. I'm gonna test his wrestling ability. He gonna beat my ass. It's gonna be a good time.
Is there any possibility that this is gonna go outside of the rule book? Because I know this is a straight match, right?
As far as I know. I don't know. The MLW opening package, they be saying no rules. So I don't know.
Right. Every now and then there's a twist in it. I feel like y'all might take it there at one point. But I mean,
I
who
mean,
knows?
I don't know. I don't know where you're thinking we're going to take it. There might be some weapons involved. Uh, you know, uh, Fatu's a beast. You might need a little bit more than suplex to put him down.
Yeah,
Mm.
you got to get something. He ain't exactly the smallest boy in the world. That's a
He's
big boy
not.
coming at you right there.
He is not the smallest at all.
And he's pretty nimble for a big dude. So
I see
Mhm.
that shit don't make no damn sense to me.
Mhm.
I mean, it does
Mhm.
make sense. Like NFL athletes and stuff like that, they be big dudes, they be moving, they be nimble or whatever. So it makes sense from that standpoint. Dude's just an athlete, but to see what he does is a whole. To see it and experience it in person is a completely different thing.
it's
It's
like the human body shouldn't move this way. Like you this big, you this fast, and you can do this, that, and the other. Like that kind of defies
Yeah,
physics right there. It don't add up.
seeing it in real time is like this shouldn't be possible.
yeah,
There's
exactly.
some
It
kind of
shouldn't be
cheat code
possible.
putting in to do this.
I'm about to like.
It's
I'm
not
about to like.
even.
I'm about to bust his leg up some or whatever,
Yeah.
so he can't do none of that. I'm gonna
Do you
stomp.
feel yourself? Do you feel yourself catching him off the top rope? Is that not happening? Is there enough?
I'm moving.
Is
I'm
there
doing the
enough
Samoa
muscle?
Joe, and I'm moving out of the way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Self preservation, baby.
Yeah.
Self
He
preservation.
said he got to work smarter, not harder.
Yes,
Smarter, not
I
harder.
mean, the man. He literally. I think he out. Yeah, he literally outweighs me. I'm not trying to catch that off the top.
Fair point.
All right, man. Well, I just want to say it's been great having you. Before we go, just a little thing I want to throw in there. O'Shea Edwards.
The
What is it?
go.
Have you been working closely with him,
O'Shea is. I
or is
mean,
that
not.
just
I
kind
mean,
of
what do you mean working closely?
like, are you guys, are you learning from him at all?
I mean, I learn stuff from O'Shea all the time. But I mean, I can't say that I've learned everything from him. I've learned a good bit from him, but like our relationship is goes beyond wrestling. So
Mm.
like he's more like a brother to me. He reminds me of my actual twin brother a lot. It's insane. But I mean, yeah, I pick his brain all the fucking time. Like that man is I have said it and I'll say it again. That man is the complete fucking package. He's
Mm.
everything you want in a professional wrestler.
Because I've rarely gotten to see him. I saw him for the first time last time I went to a show, and he was so impressive.
He can do it.
And it was just like, man, this guy like you said, he was like, this guy's like the perfect package, man.
He can do a moonsault.
What you mean? You can do a moonsault too.
No, I can't. I cannot. I think about it every day I go to training, but no. I mean, maybe one. But
I was gonna say
this man can do a moonsault. I think I was watching I think it was an ROH show that he was on. I think it was maybe before the pandemic, or maybe it was during it. I don't fucking know. I was watching an ROH show or whatever. They're doing a 6-man tag. This man does a fucking moonsault. I think he misses it, but still, the fact that his big ass was up in the air, the way he was up in the air was insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's nuts. I think the current incarnation of Bomaye is a perfectly cohesive unit.
The way Bomaye Fight Club is right now is how I've always wanted it. You have the whole Myron Reed or whatever. We plugged him in there. He just didn't work. He just didn't work. He wasn't repping Bomaye, none of that stuff. He wanted to do his own thing. Cool, great, awesome. We plug in Jay Bougie. Jay Bougie was repping Bomaye before he even had a chance to be in Bomaye Fight Club. So that's why I rock with Bougie. The only missing piece of Bomaye Fight Club is I guess female isn't the politically correct term, but a woman figure character within Bomaye. Yeah, that's a lot. That's the missing piece.
I don't know. What do you think about Trisha Dora, man?
Bro, look, Trisha Dora is in the infantry. She's doing her thing. She's making her money. If she wasn't with the infantry, possibility, but she's with the infantry, so that's off the table. But who I am looking at is a girl named Jordan Blade. If you don't know who Jordan Blade is, go check out Jordan Blade. Monster.
I just saw Jordan. We did see Jordan Blade recently. She's good.
That's who I want. So we're trying to work that out.
Speaking into existence, might wind up happening.
Yeah. Well,
Jordan Blade for Bomaye.
That's gonna be the hashtag underneath the video somewhere. Jordan Blade for Bomaye.
I can't put my chest in it, but man, I want to thank you again for coming on. It's been great catching up with you, man. It's gonna be great seeing you live, real time at Fightland. It's gonna be a hell of a match, hell of a couple matches to come. Some hoes lined up. I'm about to knock them hoes down.
Mm-hmm. And at the end of it all, it's going to be and still MLW World Champ, right?
Yup, you got it right.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you for coming on, man. And Duke, you want to take us on?
Yeah, guys, that concludes this episode. Alex Kane again. Thank you for being on the show, brother. Appreciate having you. And yeah, make sure you guys stay up. Make sure you guys stay blessed. And as always, stay dangerous.
People have been asking me to be the best in the world. Why